You'll get through this. You'll break new ground.
It's already day 13 of our series, We'll Get Through This. My name is Carol, and I have to say, I'm feeling so much personal growth as this series has evolved. I sure hope it's making a difference in your lives as well. Today, we'll consider the spiritual health dimension of the holistic health wheel. Remember last week, I gave you the definition of spirituality as a search for meaning, purpose, and connection? Now, this applies not just to others, but to ourselves and into the world in which we live. Every day is an opportunity to make meaning in the world, whether we're aware of it or not. I was at Sam's Club this morning, shopping for the 60 and older crowd. When I'm shopping, I normally focus on what I want, what I need, and I don't pay much attention to other people. But today was different. First, as I glanced at a 30-pound bag of rice, I recalled hearing that my favorite charity, Salvation Army, was short on some supplies. I slung the heavy bag into the bottom of my cart and then called them to find out what their most immediate needs were. I circled back through the store a second time, loading my cart to the absolute brim. And then I saw her. Or rather, I felt her presence and her pain. Now, I don't know if it's the counselor training I've had, or if it's the hand of God, or a little bit of both. But resist as I wanted, I knew I had to turn around and acknowledge this hunched, disheveled woman I had just passed. My overflowing cart was as resistant as I was, and yet I finally was able to lug it backwards within speaking distance of the woman. "Are you okay?" I implored. Her bowed head lifted, startled, and she replied, "Yeah." My internal nudge was stronger. "You look like you're in pain," I offered. She looked down at her massive shoes, and when she returned my gaze, her hardened face had softened. "Oh, it's my feet. My medication hasn't clicked in yet." Then she smiled, almost apologetically. We chatted for a minute longer and then parted. Now, I rarely learn what these moments are about, but I have a lot of them when I'm open and when I'm mindful. My egoic internal voice sure would like to just tout and brag about what I've done, but I know with my whole heart that this has nothing to do with me. These are meaningful moments that we call God moments, and it wasn't about me, but about the other person. I've learned that I'm only the tool to touch the life of someone else. After a long checkout in the store, I was again feeling resistant. I felt intensely petty and snarky at the cost of the extra supplies to the Salvation Army. But I have to tell you, when I arrived at the drop-off station with the supplies, I felt such intense gratitude that I cried to realize that my contribution was going to make a difference in a far greater way than I could have done. Now, several hours later, as I write this story, I suddenly am humbled by what transpired. I understand the role I played in the lives of others, and I feel such clarity about why I'm on this planet. My healthy tip, therefore, is to pay attention to what impact you are having in the world every day. Ask yourself what is transpiring around you, even if you're snarky like me. even if you're resistant like me, and even if you feel incredibly vulnerable to tell your story like me. And if you often feel like me that you have no purpose or meaning, go back and read my story again. Ask yourself the questions again. We each have a purpose on this planet, and now especially, we can be instruments of comfort, of love and peace. As Pierre Teilhard de Chardin says, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Now, my writing partner, Lydia, has this healthy tip for us. Find a Bible verse or a quote that reassures you and helps calm you during this time. This may be quite a search, but can really be a fun journey of inspiration today. My current favorite is Proverbs 31:25. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. The quote I have honed in on is, focus on the good. Lydia said she aspires to both of these, but she needs lots of reminders. Now it's your turn. What stuck out for you? How would you rate your spiritual health today? And how would you like to rate it in the future? As you share with your health buddy, contemplate not just how far you've come in the last few weeks, but how far you will go in the next few weeks and months. As we close, please take a moment to carry in your heart the millions in this world who are suffering today. Meditate over them, pray, or simply keep them in your thoughts. We will get through this, and we'll break new ground. Of this, we must have faith. Thanks.
You get through this.